Hi guys, welcome to our Wades Football fan cam reaction. Joined here by Reyn and Nich. Man United 1, Man City 4. Owens, I don't know what to say in this fan cam.
There's a
You
lot
don't
to
get
say.
me started. Today was not a good day.
Is there any positives from today that you can see, Reyn? What are the positives from today? Because there's a lot of negatives.
Okay, you know what the main positive was? The fact that Ronaldo didn't play, right? You could see that we've got some way of playing and some style of play. You know, with Ronaldo starting, we wouldn't have had like the good periods of play that we did have in the game. Because
20 minutes,
like we discussed a bit earlier, hey?
15 minutes. There is a 15-minute spell of good play from us today. Honestly.
I know. No, that's the thing. There weren't that many highlights, but the good that I saw from today was the fact that Ronaldo not being on the pitch allowed other players to actually get into the game. And now Raz is green.
Yeah, no,
Sorry, Wally, just saw it on my webcam. Nich,
Technical difficulties.
what are the
So yeah,
bad?
that's the positive I took from the fixture. Is that without the presence of Ronaldo always demanding the ball or sulking if he doesn't have the ball, the rest of the team was allowed to play today with a lot more freedom. Yes, the fixture didn't turn out to be what I wanted. Obviously, the result was horrendous, but you can see that without Ronaldo, we gel. Yeah.
I don't know what, Joe. okay, right.
So for me,
Yeah.
I disagree with you. I think that Ronaldo does hinder us a lot in terms of
Okay.
a lot of like the breakdown of play. I think he's an asset in terms of goal scoring, but he does break down play a lot. Just in terms of his movement and then his recovery to get back. It takes very long for us to recover, and we're playing basically with 10 men. I think I heard someone else say that on one of the other fan cams actually.
Is
But
when
for
we
me,
play with Ronaldo.
the issue, yeah, the issue for me today was, when you need your big players to step up, they didn't today. And I'm talking basics. I'm talking 10 feet passes, bro, that just go straight to City.
McTominay is busy. Wow,
Bro, so even Lindelof for me was putrid with the ball at feet tonight. He played a couple of good balls over the top that didn't help us long term. But I'm talking about the passes out from the back. We almost invite City onto us. It just didn't make sense to me. I don't understand how that was the game plan. Pogba, Bruno weren't good enough for me today. Pogba, when he had time on the ball, he's okay. But you can't expect time when you're playing against City, man.
True, I agree.
So and then Fernandes has lost his head. Bruno was just shocking at a point. There was a point in the game where he got to a moment and it was just like he gave up. And mentality for me is one of the biggest things in games like this, because for me, at 3-2, if we take the game to City, I think we make a game of this. At 3-1,
yeah, 100%. But that's the thing. There's no mentality like that, Drew. The mentality in the squad is that of, I don't know, like nobody wants to be better and do better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like, and you see, for me, that's what we must when Ronaldo's not playing, is the fact that when Ronaldo's on the field, I feel like we do a little bit more. I do feel like that. I mean, I've seen Ronaldo change.
Gang.
You disagree?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
I think
for me,
based on the last game he featured in, it was just I didn't pick up for his inability to, like, be a part of the team. The way I see Ronaldo lately is that he's just for himself, dude. Honestly.
Yeah. But I think that's
like he's stat padding. He's tired in this league now. You can see it's too fast paced for him, right? And now he's just squealing and complaining like a brat. And those are the players that United produce. And this is the environment that it's been in for seasons, like on end, where Ronaldo's still like, you see Rashford, how he's behaving as well. Very bratty. So when they don't get what they want, then they act out in these ways. And I don't know that for the club, because it only leads to more detriment. We need
what
to
did
build
Lingard
it.
and Rashford come on to do? Did you guys
They
notice
did
any difference when they made that change? Because I thought maybe we can, like Nick said, make a game of it. But I didn't see any difference. Are they, guys?
But you see those kind of players for me, Raz, they feed off service. You got to give them the ball. And when you're not making a 5-meter pass to feet, then you're not going to be able to play. Even when we won the ball back, we can't make a 5-meter pass. Fred was shocking. Fred, McTominay, the passes out when we do win the ball deep.
Basic things.
Bruh, it bothered me so much.
Yeah.
Do you think the blame tonight is on the players, on the owners, or on the management? Like, where do you think the bulk? I mean, because I know it's hard not to blame anyone, but if you look at that game, something was wrong, bro. Like the way we were playing, the attitude.
Look, to answer your question, in its entirety, where United is obviously the owners, and we can't keep shouting at that because we can't change that. But in terms of the players and how they can have an influence, is a simple mindset change or mentality change, to want to be better and see United go further. But the way these O's play, it's like they don't list for that.
Well, maybe they're not good enough. Maybe we're expecting too much. Maybe they just are that bad. Maybe we must stop expecting.
They are, but then that needs to change by the right decisions being made. I don't know. There's so much going on. But Maguire is the worst defender in United's history. I'm sorry. Today he was the cause of all the goals, majority of the goals. He can't do simple defending.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure if I was telling my mates, if you throw Mengi in the same amount of games that Maguire's gotten, he would have been a better defender. Do you know what I'm saying? Through nurturing and
also, it's very
Maguire
easy.
Is shocking.
No, but it's very easy to always just pick out Maguire in these situations, because if you look at the coverage,
but it's so evident how shit he is.
No, but if you look at their coverage, in front of the centre backs, what do they have? They've just got Scott McTominay and they've got Pogba, who barely defends.
Well, today was Fred.
Today Fred was more partnering up with McTominay. But you see, that's not my issue. Yes, the O's in the front are supposed to assist, but not to be doing the defending that Maguire should be doing. Raz, Maguire can't do the most basic tackling, Drew, that's required of a centre-back. He looks confused. His positioning as a defender does not make sense. To be a professional that he is now, his positioning as a defender is nowhere.
What about Wan-Bissaka?
So you can't tell me I can't keep saying that Maguire, I can't keep putting the blame. It's evident, Drew, that he's to blame a lot in a lot of situations.
Can I just say that for me, the fact that he's our captain, I feel like we can put a lot of blame on him. And that's why I disagree with you, Raz, is the fact that Maguire's got a leadership role in this team. What irritates me the most with Maguire is that he's in a position where he's not marking anyone. He's not making a decision, but he'll point. He'll tell someone else to go somewhere else. I'm just like, bro, take the reins and make a decision. Even if you break the bra, like he broke the brain in the second half. You need to do that more, Take out the player if you can't keep up with him, I mean. But he just doesn't make a decision. He's always on the back foot. He's not a captain.
100%. He's far from a captain. He's not even a defender.
Yeah, the captain thing, I really don't think I don't think he did well with it. It wasn't a good decision to give him the captaincy. Because really,
it wasn't, but it's that bias. It's that bias again. He's an English he was the most expensive. They're gonna do anything to keep him in the first squad to make up for that amount. And they love him.
I want to investigate what Nick said about, because this is how I felt in the game also. It felt like City had more players than us. It felt like we were just maybe we're not that good. Maybe we're not good enough.
He's always felt. Sorry.
Maybe it's like what Mourinho was saying, or what he was saying when he was here, we have no right to expect to win in these games, or You know, because our players just aren't good enough. Do you think like it's come to that where it's just like the core players at Man United just aren't good enough?
Yeah.
Okay, let me counter that with a question. Who's our starting 11? Who's our best 11? Do we know as fans?
I mean,
It's always a debate. It's always a debate.
Flavor of the day.
So for me, that's the difference between now and back when we were winning. We knew who our starting 11 would be against certain teams. We knew. And the utility players would come in based on the teams we're playing against. You look at Park Ji-sung that used to play against Arsenal and chow them every time we played against them. Who were the other ones? Darren Fletcher also. You know, the utility players that used to come into the team to do a specific job. That's when we change our tactics. Sure. Now we don't know. We never know what's happening.
There's nothing like that.
So for me, that's the problem, is that the team doesn't know who is supposed to be doing what and who does what.
They don't know the responsibilities.
Yes.
But that's the thing.
It's a complete overhaul, bro.
No, I know. And we're going to have to enjoy a lot of these moments now. But it's also, what if the players aren't being, how do I put it, so like Ranić, you know, is a very good coach. And the way he deals with the players as well. He speaks to them. From what it sounds like. In a lot of the presses, it sounds like he's very hands-on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, for me, it's what if the players aren't listening properly, bro? Because they haven't been coached for so many seasons, or they've had this egotistical-based perception there at United where they can just do as they please. Do you know what I'm saying? So like now here comes in a proper coach, because that's what Ranić is, and he's trying to teach them, trying to coach them, but they don't want to listen because they're stuck on old past times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why they're not changing their style in play. Rashford, bro, like if this is mentally affected by things that are going on, then he must check it out, because that's what it seems. It seems like he's not here. And I love Rashford, bro. I've been rating that out, but to seem like this shows, like, does he want to see United do good? Is he trying hard enough? It's the players, Oz.
Yeah. So for me, I just want to point out there was a moment in the game where we sort of played out from the back. We played around their press. It was one of the very few moments that we did it. And Telles got the ball wide. Mahrez busted his gut to get back out there to support who was on the right, Walker. Yeah. Because Telles was moving up on the left-hand side. And for me, that kind of mentality is something that we just don't have.
We don't
look
have
at how City press us high. They press as a unit. But as soon as someone gets past their press, they're busting their butts to get there.
Yes, there's coverage. There's always coverage. They're clinical.
Yeah, Foreign was playing striker. He was covering Bernardo at points because Bernardo was too high up. And I'm just saying that kind of thing you don't see with United. You don't see, for example, Pogba's too high up for me. He doesn't, today particularly, for me, he wasn't tracking enough. And especially against City, you've got to be switched on both ways. It can't be on and off. You can never switch off.
It has to be consistent. There needs to be discipline.
Yeah. And you look at the likes of Antonio, who was also like a headless chicken at many points today. Bernardo was all over him. Bernardo had space every time he got the ball. And he was a player who looked like he was supposed to be picking him up.
Can I ask you a question? Did you all notice how the wings, like Wan-Bissaka, for instance, kept on moving further into the field, almost that he's next to Lindelof and Maguire, and then he left so much space. What is with, like, I don't understand it. Then Telles also was doing that, right? At some point in the game, he came from the left to come and header a ball that Maguire should clearly have been ready for. But Maguire said, oh, you know what? My positioning is shit again because I don't know how to defend. What is the point of that? Is it the players not listening to the tactics that the coach is giving them, or are they just stupid? Or are they untrainable because they haven't been able to be trained for these seasons, or what?
Don't you think it's a lack of confidence in the centre backs though?
So you're saying that the wing backs creep in because they're not confident in their centre back pairing? I think then that just shows you where we are, bro.
We have a lot of that. I think we have a lot of people that we're not confident in like our individual players. It's real, bro. Like I think like the players in the team don't rate one another. Like I feel like there's players that they do think are good enough, and then there's players that they just can't. Bro, I'm so sorry.
So
I can't win with this fucking way.
today there's a lot of technical difficulties. I think we'll just, edit or something. But yeah, in regard to your question earlier, Raz, when you asked, is it the players, is it the owners? Like we know as fans, it's it's a lot of things. But for the most part, as it stands, game in, game out, the players need to be doing more, in my opinion. I'm sorry, a lot more, bro. Like Nich said, City are clinical, bruh.
They so
The
good,
reason
bruh.
there's no
It's
50-50s against us. The 50-50s all fell to City after we lost the ball. That's because they're always backing each other up. They support each other. One loses the ball, there's someone to cover. Do you know what I'm saying? We've got no gears like that at United because there's a lot of turmoil and toxicness going on.
Yeah, they're always looking for the another pass. They running up and down. Nobody like people have their roles in the squad, but the squad is bigger than anyone's role, and that's like what you see through them all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas with us, you don't see that. You see like people are given certain roles, and then that like that's bigger than the squad game because your individual talents can that will be bigger than the squad, for us.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
For individually, we all win basically.
Yeah. You know what the sad thing is from today? City, you take a best 11 from the game. The only player that gets into the City team is De Gea because he actually had to make saves.
That's sad, and I love that. But that's sad.
Yeah, it is. He's our best player by a mile today. And then maybe second is Ilanga, and then Ilanga doesn't soft
today.
I thought he was better than most, bro. He did well defensively. Cancelo didn't have much going forward when he was on the pitch. And then going forward, he just didn't have the backup. For me, Ilanga was one of our better players today.
He was invisible in the first half on the right. When he moved to the left, he made more of an impact, sure. But I think Sancho had a decent game.
Sancho had a decent game. But I'm talking about in terms of defensive work ethic as well as going forward. Ilanga did really well against Cancelo first half, bro.
Okay, so maybe he was focusing more on the defensive aspect then because I didn't see him attacking wise. Attacking wise, I didn't have
terrible today.
Yeah, you have to.
Yo, bro, this is my thing. How do our world on like these professional centre backs or defenders and wing backs not know how to position themselves?
And that's basics, bro.
Saka was all over the show, dude.
Crazy.
Honestly, it's so hard to pick out good players today because, like, even Pogba, he played the ball to Sancho for the first goal, and it was an amazing ball, that he played.
Beautiful. It was stunning.
But then, like, maybe 10 minutes later, he lost the ball. Well, there was a lot of chances like this, but he lost the ball in midfield, and City immediately went, and attacked us. And Pogba also, I feel like just the willingness to defend isn't like Ilanga, where like even though maybe Pogba would be better at it, it's just Ilanga's willingness to do it is like refreshing. Because we get those here who like it's like they're not willing to do it. And
they're not, bro. It's
Foden and City and them like all of their players are willing to track back.
They're working, bro.
Yeah, they're just working, bro.
Dog.
Okay, guys, just to wrap up the fan cam reaction video for United 1, City, or City 4, United 1, Nich and Reyn, what would some suggestions be for United going forward? Just to wrap up.
You want to go first?
Sorry. Nich, go first.
No, so for me, it's just got to be attitude changes. I've said this for a long time. United isn't a right. Playing for United is not a right. You got to earn it every time you step onto that field. And I just don't get that sense anymore from majority of the players. There are a few that are exceptions, but I just think that the attitude of the players in general isn't up to the standard that is Man United. Maybe that's the problem, is that the standard needs to change. The standard needs to be leveled up in terms of what we accept at the club.
That's true. We've been accepting shit for so long. We don't even know what's good enough, you know. Reyn, what?
Imagine we get, dudes. No, I agree with Nick. A lot of what he's saying. It is up to the players and how much they want to see United go further, as well as themselves as players. But without that mentality change, we'll continue to go down this road of uncertainty and heartbreak. I'm sorry, Maguire needs to, if we can terminate his contract, that would be great, you know. But I just second what Nick said. It has to be a mentality change. And also to trust the gaffer. Ranić is one of the most, honest speaking.
But also, how do you trust him when you know he's not here for the long haul? You know you're going to be able to, you're going to change your style in a few months' time when
it doesn't matter how long the man is in charge for. As an employee or player of the club, you know, you have to just go with what's in front of you and trust the process and follow instructions and the responsibilities that you are given. And stick to it, try and be disciplined as the players.
Players stick to the manager. Like when the manager of the club is good, then the club has a good direction, there's a good project, and that's what you want to be a part of. Right now, these guys don't even know what project they are part of right now. It's like, are you part of Ralph's trial period at United? You're going to be the reason why he stays as manager, or is he just here making room for another guy to come in, and then there's going to be another mind change or shift in leadership? So it's hard, bro. Like, it's hard.
I know it's hard, but
you know what I'm saying? The commitment isn't there, and that's what we see on the pitch. These guys are not committed, and to a certain extent, you can understand why, bro. Imagine you going to Graaf tomorrow.
Because of so much confusion at the club. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly, bro. You go to Graaf tomorrow now. They complain about you.
And there's a new Nduna.
But now you're getting a new manager every month. You're always hearing problems about the ownership. The ownership might change. But you're not going to perform at Graaf. It's not a stable environment. You don't know. You're actually going to start thinking about the exit plan. Because of
true.
Nobody wants.
So then it boils down to the owners. But then again, that's another issue.
This is my thing. All the cuck leads back to these owners, bro. All that.
Fudge, But let's conclude.
Okay, guys, that was our fan cam reaction for Man City 4, United 1. The Manchester derby went bad for us today. It seems gloom. There's not much to say, other than it's lacquer to talk to you guys. Other than that, it was cuck watching that fucking game, guys. By the way, guys, this is us for Away It's Football. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And we out.